Okay, we're recording. All right, so welcome everybody to the call. I'm really glad you are all on. I haven't hosted a DFG call in a really long time. Shortly after I went diamond, which has been a little over a year ago. So really glad to be doing this. Grateful to my sister for believing in me and thinking that I have something to share with you all. Thankful for my team for jumping on and always supporting me and allowing me to lead them. So anyway, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Courtney Grill. I'm a 1-star diamond, almost 2-star, or actually almost 3 stars. So hopefully that'll be happening soon. But anyway, I'm Lindsay's sister, and she brought me into this wonderful business, and I fought it for as long as I could, but grateful that I jumped in. So I'm not going to go into my story because it's not even what this is about, but you'll get to hear a little bit of it along the way. Anyway, so I thought I was doing an instant presenter, so I made slides, but so we're just going to do screen share and do the slides. So I can't, once I do screen share, I won't be able to see what you all are saying. But if you have any questions or anything, or if you need me to stop or slow down, hit my messenger. I've got my phone. So hit my messenger and I'll keep a check on that and we'll just kind of make this thing happen. All right, so here we go, screen share. All right, so tonight's call is about being you in Beachbody, which can be kind of scary, which it shouldn't be, but it is. And I wore my Bombshell Dynasty shirt for a reason. We are all a part of the Bombshell Dynasty, which is an amazing group of inspiring, beautiful, motivated, driven, successful, blonde women. And walking into that can be a little frightening. So I think that some of us struggle with being ourselves and being not trying to be a part of that stereotype of the blonde bombshell. So I decided to make this call to help kind of break that mold and show you that you are you and your customers want you and not some bleached out version of yourself. So here we go. Being you in Beachbody. All right, do not play the comparison game. You'll lose before you step on the field. That is so, so important in this business. If you sit down and try and compare yourself and your business to 240,000 other coaches, there would be no reason for you even to show up. Lindsay's record reminded me. I mean, honestly, like if you compared yourself to every single person out there or all of the successful coaches out there, they would be pointless to even try because there's always going to be someone doing something better, rank advancing faster, making things happen quicker. Please go away. Thank you. Okay. Part of being a mom. There's always going to be someone doing something bigger, better, and faster than you. If I were to compare myself to, say, my sister, when I got into this business, I had 749 Facebook friends. She and I had 282 mutual friends. If I would have said, okay, how am I going to reach out to anybody in this business? She already has the entire clientele. I would have never signed up. Or she's already, a heavy hitter in this business. We have the same family, we have the same history, we have the same childhood. How is my story ever going to compare to hers? I would have never signed up in this business. Brittany Leggett and I started at the same exact time. If I were to compare my business to her business, holy cow, may as well just shut it down now. The woman went elite in, or top 10 elite in 2 years. She's amazing woman. We all follow her. She has wonderful posts. She has a beautiful heart. And if I were to compare my business to her business every single day, there would be no point in me even continuing. But the things I have to look at is I have 2 children. Brittany doesn't. Her husband is gone quite a bit. My husband comes home in the evenings. She's an emerald. I am so not an emerald. She handles stress extremely well. I do not. So you never know, just because your business isn't where the other person's business is, you don't know that backstory. You don't know how much time they're putting into it versus you. There's a lot of factors that go into what's happening behind the scenes that you may not be seeing right there posted on their Facebook. So I want you all to adopt a horse and carriage mentality. It's easy for it to be just shoved in your face because of all of the recognition that we do on Facebook. It's so easy to look at someone else's business and think, gosh, she or he is doing so much better than me, or how is it so easy for them and it's not for me? That comparison it's easy to do because we are so celebratory with everyone's growth, but congratulate that person, pat them on the back, and flip your blinders right back on. Horse and carriage mentality. Focus on your strength and know what you're working towards. You can be happy for the other people without playing the comparison game. If you're focusing on the things that you're good at, and if you know the goals that you're working towards, and you know that you're doing the things that get you there, then there's no reason for you to compare your business to anyone else's, because their strengths are different than your strengths, and their goals are different than your goals. And what the effort that you put towards those things are completely different. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I 100% agree with that. You can't, if you're unhappy with your rank advancement to Emerald because someone who signed up at the same time as you hit Diamond, you just stole your own joy. So be proud of your accomplishments and know what you're working for and know your strengths. All right. Knowing your strength is so super important in this business. John Maxwell says that, stop doing what you're not good at and focus all of your energy what you are good at. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. I know that my strengths are my Facebook posts. I have really good Facebook posts. They're engaging, they're truthful, they're humorous, they're clever. Those are the things that I'm good at. So those are the things that I focus my energy and my efforts on. I am not organized. I'm not timely. I'm working on being a better leader, but I don't feel like I have some of the qualities that it takes to be an emerald personality. And so I focus on my sapphire personality. Those are the things that I'm strong at. I'm strong at being fun. I'm strong at being myself. I'm strong at being personable. I'm strong at, getting to know people. And so those are the things that I focus on. If you're an 8 at a particular thing, focus more energy on making yourself a 10, rather than if you're a 3 at something, trying to make yourself a 5. Because you're going to do better and attract more people to you if you focus your energy on the things that you're good at. If you're not sure what you're good at, it's time to sit down and figure that out. Because if you're all over the board and you're not really sure, what it is that people are drawn to, or you don't feel like you have something that you're adding value, then it's going to be quite difficult to hone in on that. And you may even want to bring your friends, family, upline coach, success partner, whatever, in with you and have that discussion and see if others can tell you, what they see in you that you may be overlooking yourself. Sorry, I lost focus. And then persistence. I love the thought of the river that cuts through a rock. It takes strength and persistence for those rivers to cut through those rocks like that. And I feel like that's what we do with our markets and with our crowd and with the people that we are addressing. I feel like our strengths are the things that get us through, and our persistence is what keeps us going. You're going to hit walls. You're going to hit rocks. You're going to get no's. You're going to have haters. You're going to have the people who are coming at you with all of this negativity. But you knowing your purpose and your strength and what you're working towards and persistently being that person and consistently being that person, then you're going to break through every bit of that negativity every single time. It takes time and it takes effort, but it's the power of persistence and the power of knowing your own strength that will get you through all of the negativity and all of the hard times and all of the not so pleasant things that come with trying to create change in the world around you. All right, moving on. All right, and with your strength comes confidence. And I feel like confidence is a key aspect in what we do as coaches. When you first start out in this business and as a coach, you don't have confidence as a coach because you don't know how to be a coach. You know how to be a challenger. You know how to use your fitness programs. You know how to support your friends. You've been doing that in challenge groups. You know how to do all of those things, but you don't know how to be the person for others to come to. And that's okay, because having confidence in this business, having confidence in your transformation, having confidence in knowing that your upline is going to guide you, that you're going to be able to support your challengers, and that you can encourage, those are the confidences that you want to focus on in the beginning. The rest of it, the knowing how to answer people's questions and all of that comes. I love this quote. The confidence doesn't come when you have all of the answers, but when you're ready to face the questions. When people sign up with you as their coach, they don't expect you to know everything. They just want you to guide them and support them and just basically be there for them as they make their way through. Are they going to ask you questions you don't know? Absolutely. But you have a wealth of resources to go for. Beachbody gives us all of the answers for every product, every program, anything that we ever wanted to know about. That information is all there for you. Google is there for you. Clean eating questions, I didn't have a clue when I first started out. I didn't even know what clean eating was. I told one poor girl that the corn syrup, the clear corn syrup, that I don't even know what that is. I was like, yeah, that only has one ingredient. I think that would be clean eating. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But I looked it up, I called her back and I was like, oh, okay, no, it's not. I mean, use your resources. You don't have to know all of the answers, but you have to be willing to look them up. You have to be willing to help these people, guide these people, give them the raw, supportive, encouraging you. And the rest just comes. It comes with growth and learning and knowing yourself and knowing what you are actually here for and what you're working towards. One of the hardest things for me in the beginning was knowing my crowd. I didn't know who I was talking to. I didn't know how to attract people. I didn't know, I had no confidence on gaining anybody other than people I knew who wanted to lose weight. Like that was it. I didn't know how to do market attraction. That's something that I have gained confidence in. And it came from me knowing myself and then allowing my audience to see that real raw self. And that brings in the people who, it brings in the other people who aren't directly related to you, aren't your close friends that you reach out to in the beginning, aren't your close family that you reach out to in the beginning. It's the strangers who watch your page. It's the, friends of your husband's from high school. It's that cold market that you slowly attract. Once you get to know yourself and you're able to open up a little bit more with confidence, the outside people, you'll start hitting a mark inside of them, and those are the people that you'll start to attract. Knowing yourself allows you to allows your audience to know you as well. And that's going to bring me to my next slide. The law of attraction is huge. It took me a while to figure out who I was and who I wanted, the people I wanted to help, the people I knew that I could help, and the people that I wanted on my team. It all came down to, who am I? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was someone who wanted to lose weight and had previous weight loss failures and previous excuses. I have small children. I wanted to create change in my life. I can relate to women who are around about my age. I'm 31, so anybody in their mid to late 20s to mid to late 30s, I can relate to those people. I also knew what characteristics that I wanted in not only coaches, but then my challengers as well, because we all know that challengers become coaches. People who are motivated, sociable, outgoing, driven, all of those things that are right there on that slide. Those were the people that I wanted, because those were the people that were me. So when I realized who I was and who I was turning into and the types of people I wanted to surround myself with, I was able to hone in on speaking to those people in my post. Those were the people that I looked for when I sent out friend requests. Those were the people that I, speak to when I make a post. You'll notice that my posts are conversational. I post as if I'm having a conversation with the old me. The me 2 years ago that was pregnant, fired from her job, unhappy with her body, unhappy with her life, struggling to know what direction to go in. I knew something had to change, but I didn't know where to go, what to do. So when I make those posts about coach calls or challenge calls or any kind of call to action with this business, I am speaking directly to my former self. And I call out all of those insecurities and struggles from back then. And then I also will throw in the characteristics of the person that I am now and give them a glimpse of, one, who they can become, and two, who I've become. I went from this broken person to now someone who is motivated and successful and actually happy. And that's really it. I'm not reaching for people who I don't relate to. I want to attract people that I can relate to, because then not only am I going to build a friendship, it's going to be an easier transition from challenger to coach, or even just from acquaintance to challenger. If I can relate to that person and if they can relate to me, they're going to not only trust me, they're going to have confidence in me, which is going to build confidence in myself. And then it's going to turn into this beautiful thing that we get to do all day, every day. So I ask all of you to sit down and figure out who you were and who you are. And if you haven't had your transformation yet, who you want to be, the type of person you want to be versus the type of person you were. Then speak to those people when you make a post. The calling all anyone's and everyone's who wants to be in this, you're going to have less engagement than if you get down and get specific and share the real you. All right. Let's see. Gosh, wow, I went through my slides really, really fast. So this is my last slide. If you're on my team, I refer to Beachbody as a gift all of the time. We have all been given a gift. We've been given a gift of a business. We've been given a gift of change. We've been given a gift of support, friendship, family, growth, independence, financial freedom. Everything that comes with this business is a gift. And if you are not actively sharing your gift on Facebook, with the world, with your friends, with the people you meet at the grocery store, with anyone and everyone that needs this, then you, my friend, are selfish. You are selfish, selfish, selfish. And I feel like we are all brought into this for different reasons. We're all brought into this business at different times in our life. We all hit milestones in the business at different times in our life. I feel like the person who gave you this gift saw something in you way before you saw it in yourself. If you for a moment see that same thing in someone else and you don't reach out to them for fear that they're going to tell you no, you're being selfish. If you see someone who's struggling with weight loss or insecurities or unhappiness or whatever, if you don't reach out to them for fear that you're going to offend or upset or whatever, then you're being selfish. You're not planting the seed with that person because of your own personal fears. Think about your coach. What if they would have never reached out to you? What if they would have never said, hey, I'm starting this challenge group, or I think you could be a great coach, or whatever. You were a lead and they sent that first email. If they would have never done that, how different would your life look? Are you grateful for your gift? I am. So share it. Share it. Invite people. Invite people to read the same personal development book you're reading. Invite people into your challenge groups. Invite people to the coaching opportunity. Share your journey on Facebook. Show the changes that it's making in you. Even if it's the slightest. This morning you woke up and just felt happy. Share those things, because there's a lot of people in this world who wake up miserable and feel defeated and feel like this is just it for them, and they don't have anywhere to go and they don't have any options. And you could be that option for somebody. You could save somebody's life by sharing your gift. Gosh, I didn't mean to go through my I didn't mean to get through my slides so fast, but we have time for questions. And since now that everybody can ask questions, then go ahead, ask away if anybody has any questions. And then you can hit me on Messenger too and ask me questions there. Thank you, Connie. Connie said she took lots of notes and she loves my call. Thanks. Sounds like Daddy's getting on to kids. All right, we're going to stop